You've just got your Apple Watch or actually looking to buy one and you want to know what you can do with it. Well, here are 10 hidden features that are actually improve your life so much with your Apple Watch that I bet you didn't know. The first feature is one that people will either love or hate. I don't think there's an in-between really, and that is that you can actually set your Apple Watch as an alarm clock. It will obviously only work when you're actually sleeping with the watch. You can also turn it on silent as well, and you actually get some like haptic feedback vibrations on your wrist to actually wake you up. I reckon this is the part that people would love or hate because it is a little bit weird, but it's actually kind of nice and relaxing, and it's not jarring when you're actually hearing the horrible dreaded iPhone alarm clock when you actually wake up in the morning. The second feature is also to do with sleeping. So when you actually wear your watch at night, it actually tracks your sleep pattern. It tracks your sleep goal to see actually how long you actually slept for. And it actually tells you what your heart rate was at every hour during the night. This is actually a really useful feature as well because it can actually tell you if you've got any irregular heart rate patterns in your sleep, such as if it drops below 40 beats per minute, you actually get a notification the next morning on your phone just warning you about that. The third hidden feature that you actually might not have known about is actually the walkie-talkie app. Now this is actually a really cool feature on the watch, and basically what you can do if you actually press this button right here and you can choose what person you want to contact. It's a really helpful way of actually contacting someone very quick as long as you both have Apple Watches. All you do is press and hold the big button in the middle and then you actually just start talking. You can only talk when the button is pressed, so it's just like a walkie-talkie really. The next hidden feature actually kind of stares you in the face, and I actually didn't know what this was until recently, and it is pretty obvious when you actually hear the name, and it's actually called theater mode. Now theater mode basically silences your watch so you don't get any notifications or sounds, just like do not disturb, but instead it also completely disables your watch. So if you actually raise your watch to actually face you when it normally wakes up, instead of it waking up, it's just completely black. So you might say, why not just put on do not disturb and silent? Well, if you actually put do not disturb and silent on, when you actually are moving your hands around, for example, the watch screen actually might pop up. So if you're in a cinema, for example, when you just want to be focusing on the film, the person next to you or yourself actually won't get distracted by the watch screen actually flashing up. Hence the word theater mode, because people don't want to get distracted in the theater. Another useful hidden feature that people might not know about is actually Apple Pay. You can actually connect your watch up to Apple Pay, and if you actually double tap this button on the side here, it will come up with all the cards that you actually have in your wallet, and then all you have to do is hold your watch over the card reader and boom, you've paid using Apple Pay. No need for your phone. Have you ever looked in the app menu and get a little bit confused on what they are or just can't remember what they are? Well, you can actually change the menu from the honeycomb menu to a list menu. So all you have to do is press and hold the honeycomb menu, and a little pop-up comes up saying grid view or list view. All you do is click on list view, and then all your apps come in alphabetical order with the name next to them, so you know exactly what that app is. This is one of the best features on the Apple Watch, and it helps me out so much, and so many other people that I know. How many times have you lost your phone? Well, on your watch you can actually find your own iPhone, and it's not like the app that we all know, Find My iPhone. It's actually in the control center, and if you actually swipe up, and it's actually this little phone icon, so if you actually press this, and I can't tell you the amount of times this has saved me from actually finding my phone if I've misplaced it somewhere. Another hidden feature that will actually save you some time, even if it is a few seconds, is actually being able to unlock your Mac with your watch. Now, once this is actually all set up, you don't have to do anything. It just automatically unlocks it for you. But if you actually go into system preferences on your Mac and actually go over to security, all you have to do is actually tick on this box here that says allow watch to unlock Mac. No touch ID, no password, it just automatically does it, as long as you've actually typed in the passcode to unlock your watch if you actually have that set up. Another really useful hidden feature of the Apple Watch is actually the camera app. I know your watch doesn't have a camera, but it does actually connect to your phone's camera and is actually really useful for taking a group picture, for example. If you actually want everyone to be in the photo and you're either using a tripod or just leaning it up against the wall, instead of going over to the phone, setting up your angle and then pressing the timer and running back to get all hot and sweaty, all you actually have to do is click on the camera app on your watch, and you can actually click the timer from there. So you can make sure everyone is in position and choose 3, 5 or 10 seconds to actually take the timer, and then everyone's in position, no one's rushing around. You can actually see everything on your actual watch itself to actually frame up your picture. And the last hidden feature is actually to get way more battery out of your watch itself. Now, your watch can actually last up to 18 hours all day. If you actually click on the battery icon from the home screen or the control center, you can actually see this switch for a low power mode. Now, before, this just completely disabled the watch entirely, and it only showed a black screen with a digital clock, so you can actually see the time still. However, with watchOS 9, this actually low power mode is basically the same as the one you found on your phone. You can do workouts still, you can go over the menus, you can text people, and you can actually get double the amount of battery life at up to 36 hours. You do lose a lot of features though on the watch, including the always on display and many more for the Apple Watch Series 8. So if you do actually plan on using the low power mode, make sure you watch this video next if you don't want to waste any money, because the low power mode feature actually makes the Apple Watch Series 8 pretty pointless.